Hey everybody, it's Astria. Signature glasses, which are actually Remedy Rainbow signature glasses. When I saw them in concert, for anybody who's new to my YouTube or Facebook or Instagram, this is, I might even put this on TikTok because this is not about me. Yes, I'm in the hospital again. Signature Agnes, because it's so fluffy. I actually have a big one, but it's at home. Anyways, we'll talk about me another time. This is about my dad and him being a Marine. And I've been losing my voice, so you'll see me probably drink water a lot through this. All right, so Daddy. First of all, my father served 4-term tours of duty, I believe, 2 to 4 tours, right before Vietnam. And a general went to him. I don't know the general. But anyways, that general told him, Milton, do not go to Vietnam. It is going to be a bloodbath. Go into the reserves. You've served your time. You've done your tours. Go get in the reserves and just serve from there. So he then went into the Marine Reserves instead of going to Vietnam as a Marine, because he was thinking he might sign up. He didn't. Thank you, Heavenly Father. Thank you, God. And if I could ever meet that general, my dad's 84, and that general is much older than my dad. So I'm sure he's in heaven, and bless him. He deserves the highest honor. Who knows what happened to him? My dad doesn't know. Anyways, my father really hasn't told me much. It wasn't until I was in my 20s that he said, Ishra, I'm going to show you the first. He sheltered me from, I was always, tell me about being a Marine. Tell me about being a Marine, Daddy. He never would. In my 20s, he told me, and that's what I'm going to tell all of you, is a funny story that happened to him in boot camp. And if you want to know what it's like to be a Marine in boot camp, watch the first probably 30 minutes of Full Metal Jacket when they're in boot camp. And wow, it's hard. It's really hard. They really do call you those names, even worse, and especially to people of color back in the 50s. This was 1959, I believe, that my father finally finished high school, and he didn't get his GED. He got his high school diploma, and that was his mother's dying wish. His mother died when he was 19. He did it. Good job, Daddy. So, anyways, as a Marine in boot camp, they would do runs around the track and around a track at first before they went to the whole big outer thing. They were told whatsoever they did, they were not to have water until they were told they were okay to do so. Well, they got in from running, and everybody went right to the barracks, and then they could go to the mess hall where they could get water and eat and, be okay. But my dad came in, and everybody had gone in front of him, and he thought, oh, there's drinking water. I can just sneak a drink. And there was the chief of staff's pitcher. They always had to salute it before they took a drink of water. And he saluted it, and he started drinking his water. He just started guzzling it down from a drinking fountain. I was back in the day when water was safe. And from a fountain. Anyways, when he stood up to turn around, you have to salute chief of staff of all the generals and everybody. And then, you could be on your way. But my dad knew somebody was behind him. And it was his sergeant. They would call them maggots. No, not the F-A-G. Yeah, I hate that word. I can't even spell the whole thing out. But like a little maggot that a fly leaves, they would call them maggots. And he said his sergeant scared him because obviously they're mean as F. But he said he had these still blue eyes that he'd never seen before. And it was just something that scared him. Anyways, he turned around and there's a sergeant. And his sergeant goes, "Guest, you maggot, I told you no water. Why are you defying orders?" And my father's only reply was, "Sir, I was thirsty, sir." And he got hell for it. And he had to go back out and run more laps. No water, no nothing. When he was finally done, he had to at least run another 2 to 3 miles. And he got done running, and he came back. The sergeant said, "Go to your barracks, get changed, shower, go to the mess hall, and there you can have water. No other, and I will be following you, guest, even to the damn GD shower, you maggot. Nothing goes in your mouth that's liquid." You don't want to know what he said after that. The Marines are really jarheads. They will eat your skull out. They were just, my father was not a mean man to me. He was strict, very strict father when I was young. But boy, did I fight against it. Woo! Got my little hand slapped so many times. But last night at the concert, at the Memorial Day concert, it was either a soldier or Gary Sinise repeating or saying something about us soldiers. And I have to ask everybody to just take a moment and take this in. Since the Revolutionary War, 2.1 billion with a B, as in boy, billion men and women since the Revolutionary War have died for this country, whether it be in war, a police action, whatever you want to call it. And luckily, my dad never had to serve in those wars because that I think it would have killed him. I think it would have destroyed him, either his mind, because all of his brothers was either in the military or served somehow. His father, his all the way back to my great-great-grandfather who served in the Civil War. Yes, it was for the what I believe wrong side, because it was the South. We were from South Carolina. Everybody knows I was born in Camden, South Carolina, and I was raised in Utah, but at heart, I am a Southern girl because I am a Guest McKinney. My grandfather was a Guest. My grandmother was a McKinney. And I have double cousins. Hello, Maxine. Hello, darling. I love you. But back to I'm so sorry for everything that's going on, Maxine. But back to my father. I love you, Maxine. My dad served this country. And last night it was said, soldiers give up their yesterday for right now, our today and tomorrow. I thought that was the most beautiful saying because it's true. And at the age of 51, my father is finally starting to open up about him being a Marine. Some of the stories are very sad. Some of them are scary as hell. My father served this country. And I want to thank him, Milton Guest, at Milton Guest on Facebook. Please go thank him if you can. Thank him for his service. Please. Because if it wasn't for that general, I would not be here today. I really think that my dad, something bad would have happened in Vietnam. And I think every day, because we had a neighbor that served in Vietnam, and he wasn't right up here. He had PTSD, but nobody knew back then. It was the 80s, you know? It was just me, party. I know that about the 80s. I'm not naive. But damn, the music and movies were perfect. The 80s were Gen X. Sorry. We were old. Gen X, oh man. Give me all fist bumps. Daddy, I love you. Please go on Facebook at Milton Guest and just tell him thank you for his service as a Marine. He is a wonderful, wonderful man. I can't even tell you everything we've been through over the past 3 months. And this is almost coming up on 15 minutes. I'm at 14 minutes and 30 seconds. So I'm going to end this. I love you all. And Daddy, I'm going to ugly cry now. I already am. Sorry. I've been crying so much, I'm all teared out. No, I'm not Amber Hearding it. Amber Heard has become a verb. I'm not Amber Hearding it. That makes me laugh. Anyways, I love you, Daddy. I love you, Melton DeBoe's guest. You are the greatest man. At 84 years old, you're still infallible to me. I don't care that you just fell and broke your hip. You're already up and walking, for goodness sake. You broke it February 24th. And it's now May, and he's walking with two canes. He needs a wheelchair still, though, but he's getting there. He says he's not in pain. That's the Marine in him. That's the hoorah Marine in my dad. I love you, Daddy. Thank you, everyone. 16 minutes, actually. Sorry. But thank you for watching. Bye. I love my Marine dad. Bye-bye.